Hello everybody, this is a Lighthouse Hall of Fame film. We're in European server again with Sebastian Potato in his T71. And at the time he submitted it, this film went into second place on the T71 list. We're in Airfield Standard Mode East Spawn. The first time we've had a Hall of Fame entry come from the east side of this map. The west has produced 5 or 6 of them. So we'll see how he fights as we go here. Again, no XVM on this because I'm using a unofficial 9.12 client to run this film. Looks like there's 1 artillery apiece. 2 TDs on the enemy team and 1 on his. He's going to come up here to the balcony, I'm pretty certain. And he gets spotted on the way in. So he'll just pull up next to this rock and wait for a little bit, get concealment back before he pops out to spot anybody, because not good to do that when the enemy can see that you're there. You end up taking fire. RU-251 on the other side. There's a T-37. Sitting there begging to be shot. M41 Bulldog back on the far side. If you back up just right into this little niche, you can see through it and get the top of their hulls a lot of times, depending on what tank is back there. And they have a really hard time shooting back at you. At the same time, you don't want to stay back there too long. If there's already in the game, being back there exposes you to arty fire. So it's good to shoot a couple times and move, maybe do it again later on. But you can't just sit back there and wait for the guy to pop out, because arty will dump one on your head. He's going to go over and help out the T-44, it looks like. Now he really needs help because he's getting ganged up between the light and the medium. I don't think Sebastian can get there in time. He tried, he just couldn't get there. If the 251 hadn't come in, he wouldn't have been able to do it. The IS-2 finished off the T-26, and the 251 just kind of bailed on it, man. The 251 took off. So now while he reloads, he's going to try to chase down the 251. Oh no, he's coming the other way. You can see the tree fall back toward him. So now, he's just trying to stay out of line of fire until he gets his gun loaded again. That's a quick repair there using the repair kit. And now he's going to reload and try to suck this guy into the waiting artillery. The FV is just sitting there waiting for the scout to pull around the corner. And it doesn't look like the 251 is going to do it, but is the T-37? Come on, little T-37. My big brother's waiting on you. BAM! Trap sprung. Now he's going to pull up here and try to finish off the 251, I think. 251 doesn't seem to realize he's up here about to get shot. He has no way out right now. He can't get the cover in time to stay alive. 2 rounds left. He's going to shoot at the IS-3 if he can. The guy's looking straight at him, so he'll just sit here and keep his attention while that other heavy puts a round into him if he can. Pulls down off the hill, and he's going to take the long way around. Again, try to come in from the opposite angle of the ally that's already there. Make that guy pick which direction he wants to try to shoot, and that lets the other person pump rounds into him with no chance of taking damage. Now the IS-3 is caught. He has to decide which way he wants to try to shoot. Oh, and just as he gets the kill, the IS-3 kills his friend. They're down one tank. Definitely a winnable fight though.
Target acquired. They're knocked out.
So while the enemy bulldogs are trying to bully their way through the northeast corner, he's going to move up here in the middle and see if he can get a sneak attack on, I would guess, the T-32 instead of the WT, because the T-32's easy kill on one clip, and he should be able to totally surprise him coming this way.
Target acquired. We didn't penetrate their armor. Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy vehicle
There's the kill. So he's going to reload and probably think about how he wants to attack the WT Panzer, or if he even wants to. Oops. Kind of decides the issue for him. TD's chasing him down. Fortunately, the TD missed a shot. And now it's just a matter of if he can get a kill here. Yes. Two tanks to go. Not certain where the 152 is or the Su-14. He's up, trying to figure out where they're at. Oh no, there he is to the side. Misses the shot. He's going to charge him and try to get to his side, flank him, and keep control of the situation.
ready to fire.
That 152 is pretty much dead right now.
Enemy armor is hit. Critical hit.
He could still back up against the rocks and maybe survive, but he's not doing it well enough. So Sebastian's going to be able to sit here and reload. Oh, PTA takes the guy out. He could have just reloaded and then killed him, but the Leopard moved in and took the kill. Now there's just the artillery left. If Sebastian gets it, it's worth the top gun to him, so he's going to be trying to beat the Leopard to the prey, and there he is.
Enemy armor is hit. Enemy armor is damaged.
Got it.
Destroyed.
In this battle, he pumps out 4,221 points of damage and 6 kills. 36 of 38 shooting, that's 95%. He got 0 assisted damage in 5 spots, earned 46,415 credits. Was awarded 2,606 XP. Survived the fight and got a top gun and high caliber medals along with bruiser and fire effect mini medals. His battle score is 666 points. At the time he submitted it, 2nd place. There's going to be another one out in a couple films here where it's going to drop to 3rd, but for now, 2nd place. And you saw he moves up to the balcony right here. Depending on which spawn you're at, this balcony for the west, this balcony for the east. Great positions for a scout to go to early on in the fight. Can't stay there all fight most of the time, but it's a great starting point. And shot the T-37, shot the M41, came over here to try to help the T-44. Got there a little late because their RU-252 moved in. And for some reason, after killing the T-44, the RU-252 just left and let the T-26 kind of sit there with no help. And he ended up dying. So Sebastian started chasing the RU-251, and as the guy came down here, Sebastian's in the middle of reloading. He reversed direction and came back at Sebastian, so he had to kind of duck around the base of the hill there and hopefully stay out of line of fire. Tried to suck the RU-251 down to the waiting artillery, and the 251 had nothing to do with that. But the T-37 said, "Sure, I'll go die. Let me see if that artillery can hit me." Oh, yep, he can. And that let Sebastian move back up here onto the middle bridge here and just shoot down at the 251. Then he runs the circle around the whole complex hill here and came out behind the IS-3. And then it's off into, can't really say cleanup mode yet. He came down the middle. The two M41 Bulldogs were pressing into the northeast corner, but this middle was wide open, so he just came up this middle ramp, came out behind the T-32 and got an easy kill. I think he was debating whether he wanted to go after the big TD or not, and as he finished reloading and pulled out from behind the rock, the matter was kind of taken out of his hands because the TD was coming after him. And fortunately, that guy missed the shot with that big cannon that he has, and it let Sebastian finish him off. Then as he came down into the, where'd my mouse go? He came down through here. He was looking for the last two remaining tanks, and the 152 was sitting here waiting in ambush, but he missed his shot, and that let Sebastian get behind him, and he didn't quite kill him with the first clip, but he was in the process of going into reload, and the Leopard PTA got the kill, but that set Sebastian up to get the final kill on the artillery. So no tricks going on here other than getting that T-37 to commit suicide chasing him by running right in front of that big gun. So close to the arty it could barely miss. Even if it tried to miss, it would have had a hard time doing it. And the rest of it was just as much as possible approaching people from positions where he could shoot at them and they weren't able to initially shoot back. Now there was twice where TDs missed shots at him, and both times they were unexpected. He wasn't aware the TD was that close to him when he put himself in the danger of fire. So it's not like he consciously said, "Hey, I'm going to let this guy try to shoot me, and if he misses, I have him." It's just, "Oh crap, there's a TD. Oh, thank God he missed me. Now I get to kill him," kind of stuff. And that's the way a lot of good battles go. There's some cases where almost every time you see a really high score battle, there'll be at least one point during the fight where it could have been all over for the person had an enemy hit their shot. And they miss, and that's part of the game. As much as you miss, they miss too. It's like you'll see a lot of battles in the Hall of Fame where you're getting 75 to 99, even all the way up to 100% accuracy, especially without the autocannons. And so most of the scouts you see on here are really good marksmen, but even there, 70% hit means 30% miss. So it's like some people every once in a while will say, "Well, that should have never been that high a score because that guy could have killed him." And it's like, well, that happens both ways. Sometimes you miss, sometimes they miss, and you can't say, "Well, you really should have hit me, so let me stand still here so you can shoot me again." No. It's like you press on and keep going and take advantage of their miss. Whether it's luck or bad aim, who cares? You're still alive, so you continue the fight, and you finish the fight, and you end up in the Hall of Fame. From Airfield Standard Mode, East Spawn, Sebastian Potato. Happy hunting.